Is the Catholic Church not challenging people enough
Definitely
now?
not enough, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Dr. Jordan Peterson drops some difficult and challenging lines for us today in the church. This is what he says.
Since Vatican II, let's say in the 60s, the church has been aiming to be more relevant, more welcoming.
That's not working. It's shallow, obviously, shallow and contemptible. It's supposed to be an invitation to the great adventure of life. Pick up your cross and follow me. That's a hell of an invitation. But that's the invitation. And the church lost faith in that. We have to be relevant. Well, what's more relevant than that? As soon as you say that you need to be more relevant than that, what you're doing technically is putting something else above that.
Take a shoe, for example. If you make a shoe way too comfortable, it's actually going to damage the foot in the long run. It's going to be difficult for the foot to keep going. You need a little bit of trial so that your foot can be strengthened.
Christ faced and triumphed over death and hell. And you might say, well, why is that relevant? And the answer is, because that's what you have to do. You're stuck with it. The gateway to paradise is barred by the cherubs who have swords that flame and turn every which way. Well, what does that mean? It means it's hard to get into the club, man. Anything that isn't worthy gets cut and burned away. Well, of course, that's hell, especially if you resist it. There's no sugarcoating that, and that isn't what people want anyways. Young people want an adventure.
Lewis adds some insightful words to what Peterson says. This is what Lewis writes. The Christian way is different, harder and easier. Christ says, give me all. I don't want so much of your time and so much of your money and so much of your work. I want you. I have not come to torment your natural self, but to kill it. No half measures are any good. I do not want to cut off a branch here and a branch there. I want to have the whole tree down. Hand over the whole natural self, all the desires which you will think innocent as well as the ones you think wicked, the whole outfit. I want to give you a new self instead. In fact, I will give you myself. Same way with a tree. A tree needs some wind. If the tree has it too easy, the first windstorm, it's going to just get knocked down. But if the tree has been practicing through gentle breezes and a little bit of strong wind, it can survive because its roots are strengthening.
I think it was Bishop Barron that basically was talking to Jordan Peterson and just saying, hey, people want to resurrect those challenges that we dispensed with. That idea of lowering the threshold or the competition threshold, it's not attracting men. It's not attracting young people. People want to feel like they're on an adventure of their lives through duty and challenges. And so, we need to bring back a lot of that stuff.
I remember my first season of Lent where it's like, the services are longer, even longer now. There's prostrations. You're doing tons of prostrations. Mm-hmm. Basically, Muslims got that from seeing Eastern Orthodox believers back in the Middle East. Yeah. So it looks like that basically. And you're doing tons of them. It reminded me of this is like CrossFit in that it's not appealing to the easiest way. You can go to a big gym and get Planet Fitness where it's purple and they're giving out Tootsie Rolls and everything's comfortable. Or you can go to CrossFit and just about almost throw up. But you have other people that are doing that too. And they're it's like, holy cow, this is it.
In the Christian life, we do need trial. It can't just be easy all the time, but it has to be trial and measure. And so Christ has allowed us to go up a path where we're being challenged, but he's right there to pick us up when we need it. He's right there to carry us through with his grace. And that's the beautiful part about Christianity. It's not just super hard and impossible, but neither is it so easy that we just get whatever we want and we can maintain our selfishness. No, Jesus does say, come and follow me. He bids us come and die. Lewis writes, Christ himself sometimes describes the Christian way as very hard. Sometimes it's very easy. He says, take up your cross. The next minute he says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. He means both, and no one can just see why both are true. The terrible thing, the almost impossible thing, is to hand over your whole self, all your wishes, precautions to Christ. But it is far easier than what we are trying to do instead. Guys, thanks for joining me, listening to a little bit of Dr. Jordan Peterson, a little bit of C.S. Lewis challenging us to pick up our crosses and follow the Lord this Lent. Take care. Bye.